What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I'm back with another Out of the Theater review. Now, I just got home from a late screening of Captain America Brave New World. This is, of course, the latest in the MCU set of movies. If I remember correctly, Deadpool and Wolverine was the last one. We have 3 of these coming out this year. I will say, there's a couple things about this experience that I enjoyed. And then I'll tell you about the movie. So real quick, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified when new videos drop every week. Also, leave me a thumbs up down below and let me know in the comments if you saw this, if you liked it, if you hated it. I want to know your thoughts on it as well. All right, I saw this in IMAX. And it was pretty cool because the little IMAX, so if you go to IMAX screenings, they always have like the little countdown. And the little countdown was like Fantastic Four for this movie, which was kind of cool. I am a sucker for a good like themed pre-movie thing. So if you go to IMAX and they always have a countdown that goes from 10 to 1, and it's just the IMAX 1. But for this one, it was like Fantastic Four themed, and it was pretty neat. So it got me in the right mood because I'm going to be honest with you, these MCU movies, they have not done it for me in a while. I did enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine, but that almost felt like just a Fox movie that they worked on. So yeah, I was not overly excited for this movie. I didn't think the trailer looked horrible, but I just was like, I don't know how good it's going to be. Let's start with the positives. As an action movie fan and lover, I do think this movie has pretty good action scenes. So that's a positive. I think you get a lot of hand-to-hand fighting, a lot of martial arts type stuff, which was cool. And then you do get like the sort of bigger action scene towards the end where you get a lot of the flying stuff with Captain America, new Captain America, and like new Falcon. I know his buddy Joaquin. So, you get that whole thing and some jets and it was well done and it looked cool. I didn't really mind any of that. So I thought the action was solid. I like Anthony Mackie as an actor. I don't know if I love him as Captain America. I liked him as Falcon, like as like a side character. I don't know how I feel about him as a lead in this type of movie, but overall I like him like as a performer. I was kind of torn because like I think he's good, but does he feel like Captain America? Do I love him in that role? I don't think so. I'm not sure, but he did his best. I don't really have a problem with the performance. And I thought some of the side characters were good. I thought Harrison Ford was actually pretty good as Thunderbolt Ross. William Hurt played him in so many Marvel movies. He passed away, so they had to recast him. And you could do worse than Harrison Ford. And I thought he was pretty good as Thunderbolt Ross as well. So pretty good performances, pretty good action scenes. Now, here's where the problems start for me. I had a number of problems with this movie. Number one, this movie is tied okay, you know how these MCU movies, they're all one big universe, right? Like the movies they chose for this movie to kind of be linked to were weird. First of all, there's Eternals, and this will be spoiler free, but this is in the trailers, so I'm not really saying anything plot, that's going to ruin it for anybody. But the Eternals, because of that big celestial thing that like gets frozen in Earth, they finally reference it. And a lot of Incredible Hulk stuff, which I am a fan of the Incredible Hulk, the movie. I love the Hulk. He's my favorite Marvel character. You would think, for me, that would be a positive. But it just was kind of weird to now be paying off and bring back certain things from a movie from 2008. Like that movie came out in 2008. It's 2025. So 17 years later, we're getting stuff from that movie. And I know there was rewrites and reshoots and there was like 7 screenwriters when the thing popped up. Maybe it was like 5 or maybe 6. I don't know. Between 5 and 7, maybe they decided to like put some of this stuff in. It was odd. Some of it was okay. I won't say too much because I don't want to do spoilers. And this is not about the Red Hulk because obviously that's in all the marketing. Beyond that, there's stuff that is from like The Incredible Hulk 2008, which was weird. Honestly, it was kind of weird. Also, there's some like, look, Captain America, this version of him, he's just a guy. He doesn't have the super serum. He doesn't have any powers. He's a man with, gadgets and the shield. His wings are, like vibranium infused and stuff. My problem is this movie, they're obsessed with telling us that, and this is like in the dialogue, in the script, They are obsessed with telling us that why we should like this version of Captain America. It's almost as if they heard maybe some of the sort of pushback from fans, either online or whatever, and we're like, you know what? We're going to have like 3 different characters say how great he is, how amazing he is, and how much of a great Captain America he is, so that everyone else will just believe he's as good as Steve Rogers, and he's not. And I'm sorry, it's not. And I thought it was weird, and it's very obvious, that sort of writing. So I didn't love that. And overall, I think the story's just like okay. It was okay. There's one character, she's like fighting. She's like a new character. I kid you not, she looks like 4'8", 85 pounds, and she's like body slamming people. And she doesn't have powers either, I don't think. It was a little weird. Anyway, this is not the worst MCU movie. There's worse. But this is definitely in the bottom tier, like in the bottom 5 or 6, probably. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Disappointing, I guess. Good action, but inconsequential at the end of the day, in my opinion. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this movie. I'll be back next week with another Out of the Theater review. And until then, take it easy.